Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do number 10, just quit real estate. If you don't do number 10, stop it right now. Go home, burn your license. You're wasting your time. Number 10, it's obvious. It's the easiest thing you could do, and that is... Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, my name is Aaron. I'm a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area. And today, as you read from the title, I'm going to share my top 10 pieces of advice for new real estate agents. These are the best pieces of advice I could come up with that I wish I knew when I got into business almost 4 years ago. So stay tuned, and if you enjoy it, please hit the like button for me. Leave a comment below which advice that you think is going to help you the most. Which ones did you not see coming, and how was this helpful to you? Or what you, if you're not a new agent, what you would advise other agents to do when they get started. So let me know in the comments, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button already, okay? Let's get into it. So obviously I took some notes because I don't want to have 17 takes and forget what I need to say, and I want to keep it in order. So number one thing that you have to do as a new agent, a piece of advice, is you have to practice conversations, otherwise known as role play. It is a huge part of the business, and I'm going to share a little moment with you, okay? As a new agent, the biggest concern you have is experience, right? What if clients feel that I'm not experienced enough, et cetera, et cetera? Well, the clients only feel that way if you show up unprepared and you don't know what to say. That's where these practicing conversations comes in handy, because the only difference between somebody that's got a month of experience and somebody that's got 10 years of experience is that they've had the same conversations for 10 years and you've had them for 30 days, right? That's the only difference. But if you role play, you could fast track that. So say it's your third month in the business, you got your first listing appointment, you're just crushing them. You got all the objections handled, you have your pitch down right, you know exactly what to say, you know how to frame the conversation, you do it all, and no one's going to ask you how old you are or how long you've been in the business, because you have presented with your skills that you know what you're doing. Actions speak louder than words, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to advice number 2 for you is study sales. And what do I mean by study sales? I don't mean go out there and buy every course known to man. I mean get on YouTube, obviously start at the basics, and then read a lot of books. I highly recommend How to Win Friends, Influence People. Huge book. Never Split the Difference. Huge book. I just started a book called How to Master the Art of Selling. It's good so far. Maybe I recommend it. And there's a few more I can't think of right now, but there are a lot of books on sales. So just, get on Amazon, figure those out. Maybe YouTube best books for salespeople. Get them, learn them, study them, and understand the fundamentals of selling, which we can always get down to in a different video. Number 3 is study marketing. As a real estate agent, you have to market yourself. And then once you get a client, you have to market your listings, right? Your houses that you have to sell. So you need to have a really good understanding of marketing. How do you get someone's attention? How do you retain someone's attention? How do you get their information? Okay, how do you sell them something over like a video or a picture, etc., that's going to get them to want to buy, right? This is huge. It's going to help your business on the real estate side, plus when it goes on the sales side where you actually have to sell the house to make some money. So that's huge. Study marketing. Number 4, this one is often overlooked, but it's the most simple one. Be authentic and be honest. Case in point, my YouTube channel. Listen, I'm not a successful real estate agent, folks. I am slightly above average, I would say, okay? Slightly above average. But why is it that you guys watch this video and we are so relatable to one another? That's because I'm authentic and I'm honest. I never try to fake it till I make it. I tell you if I have a bad year. I tell you if I have a bad day. I tell you if I have a mistake, right? So don't be afraid to share your failures, because oftentimes more people fail than they succeed. So they can relate to you on your bad days more than they can relate to you on your good days. So never ever forget that. And when you are authentic, you are yourself, and you own that. Like, for example, it's your first month in the business and you own the fact that it's the first month in the business, right? Like, look, I'm the least experienced real estate agent you're going to find, but I'm the hardest working in this entire area. Boom, done. Own it. And people love that because it's honest, authentic, and once you gain someone's trust, that's all you really need to get the business. So just remember that. Be authentic and you will stand out. Number 5, be flexible and adaptable. By flexible, I mean, obviously don't be so uptight. Be able to move around, maybe try different markets, different price points, different genres, rentals, buyers, sellers. Experience a little bit. See which one you're going to be good at. So be flexible with that, and also be flexible with how you're going to get the business, right? Second of all, be adaptable. Sometimes the method you were using may not work for you anymore, right? Maybe 3 months, 4 months down the road, you know what, this isn't working out for me, right? Be adaptable, be able to switch very quickly, be able to read the situation and adapt to it. That is huge. Number 6, this one is, I see this all too much and it drives me crazy. Your emotions, they will be the end of you. Keep them in check. When you're negotiating with other agents or when you're talking to a client, don't ever show emotion, okay? Because that's weakness, all right? Emotions are weakness. And that's just the way your clients and your and other agents are going to see it. So you have to be the one that's always calm, cool, and composed, and that gives off a lot of confidence. So keep your emotions in check. Even if you're enraged inside, outside you're calm as a nice, well, I was going to say winter storm, but a winter storm's not calm. But you understand what I'm saying. Moving on to number 7. Don't neglect your sphere. Oh my God, did I make this mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I wish somebody had slapped me. Actually, somebody did slap me in the face and tell me not to neglect my sphere. And I still neglected my sphere like you probably will, even though I'm going to tell you, don't neglect your sphere. Now, lucky for you, I'm here to help. So me, I'm never comfortable reaching out to my friends and family and asking for business. I've never been the ask type of guy, right? However, I would love to work with my family and friends. So here's how you're going to get around this. You're going to network. I always say this in a few of my videos. When your friends are having a party, go to it, right? If it's poker night, go to it. If they maybe want to go, I use bowling a lot. But if they're going bowling, go to it. If somebody's birthday party, go to it. You never know who you're going to meet, and it's always good to be in front of as many people as possible because they're going to ask you, hey, what have you been up to, right? Huge, huge, huge. And since you study sales and marketing and you're keeping your emotions in check and you're authentic, everyone's going to be curious about what you're doing when you're out networking and doing your thing. Boom, there you go. That's about the best piece of advice. That's at least top 3 best piece of advice on this piece of paper. Number 8, don't take shortcuts because in the long run, it's going to cripple you. And what do I mean by shortcuts? In my first year in the business, I could have gotten as many listings as I wanted. Just anytime. Because I was working so hard, I was generating a lot of appointments. I could have gotten those listings by simply lowering my commission or accepting whatever list price they wanted to list it at, right? Oh, other agents are telling you $500,000. Look, I can sell this house for $550,000, right? Every seller wants to hear that. It is incredibly easy to get that kind of business by lowering your commission or raising the price or doing both, which is, you might as well just bury yourself. And here's why that's a huge problem for new real estate agents, right? Getting the business means nothing if you can't deliver, okay? You want continued business. So if you're gonna buy somebody's listing and 50 grand overpriced and not sell it, all they're gonna do is realize that you're a sham, never call you again, and never refer business. And you're gonna waste your time and energy hosting open houses, sending out flyers, getting pictures done for a house that'll never sell. Hence, it makes you no money. It's bad for business. So that's one. Step 2, if you're gonna lower your commission to get the business, I understand, go from 6% to 5%, but if you're going from 5% to 3.5% just to get the listing signed and brag to everybody how I got 6 listings this year or 10 listings, guess what, player? You did 10 times the work where somebody got 5% listings and then made the same amount of money as you. There's nothing to brag about that, okay? Quality, ladies and gentlemen. Focus on quality, but at the same time, be flexible. If your market can't support a 6% commission, you come down to 5%, right? But you never go below what's considered a discount rate. For me, I'd never go below 5%, no matter what, right? I'm at 6 to 5%. That's my rate. Number 9, don't overlearn. Let me say this one more time because it's gonna go right over your heads. Don't overlearn. I can't tell you how many questions I get in my DMs and my comments about the scenarios and situations for new agents that have not occurred nor will ever occur or probably will happen 9 months down the road, right? So when you first day on the business, don't worry about learning all the disclosures, all the contracts, how to handle rentals, how to handle buyers, how to handle sellers, all that, right? How to do a listing presentation, even that. How do I get photos for listing? What attorney do I hire, etc. Don't worry about all that because you can get overwhelmed by all the information you need to know. Here's the system I use, and it was incredibly helpful. Learn as you go. Here's what I mean by this. For example, my first client was a rental. Okay, so I learned. Now it's time. Let's learn how rentals work. Boom, done. Second client. Was a listing, right? Okay, well, let's learn how listing presentations are done. Boom, done. Okay, now let's learn how to take photos of listings. How are the contracts? What's the listing agreement? See, I'm only learning one thing at a time, which makes it very digestible. Huge, huge. So I hope I got that message across. And number 10, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do number 10, just quit real estate. If you don't do number 10, stop it right now. Go home, burn your license. You're wasting your time. Number 10, it's obvious. It's the easiest thing you could do, and that is take action. For the love of God, do something, okay? I know a lot of agents are not comfortable cold calling. No problem. I hate it too. But you got to do something, right? Whether that's to generate business is what I mean by take action. Start prospecting and generating business. Do something, right? If you're going to be doing nothing, at least do nothing at the office so you can get floor time leads. If you got nothing going on the weekend, at least do an open house, right? At least send out some mailers. Do some videos. If you're going to cold call. Do something, because when you are taking action, number one, you're in a great mindset, okay? So you're going to build confidence because every day you're taking action. You're like, oh my God, we're doing something today incredibly productive. That's number one. Number two, you're going to get business because you're taking action. You are putting yourself in positions to get lucky. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And I can't tell you how many times I got just blind luck only because maybe I was at the office at the right time, or I called the right person at the right time, or they saw the right video at the right time, etc. All this because I'm taking massive action. That is huge. So that's the 10 pieces of advice I'd have for you. I'll run it through one more time just in case it's fresh in your mind. Again, if you enjoyed this, in the comments, let me know what piece of advice did you not expect to hear that's going to help you out the most, because some of this is pretty obvious. And then what are some things that you're struggling with right now as a new agent and what you have questions on? Leave those below. So here we go. Number one, practice conversations and role play. Huge. Number two, study sales. You got to understand how to persuade people, right? How to sell, all that. Number three, study marketing. You're a marketer. You're a real estate agent. You got to market yourself and your houses, right? Be honest and authentic. Don't try to be this real estate agent that's, just listed, just sold, all real estate, this, that, and yeah. I know a few agents, and I'm not going to say your name, but if you're watching this video, you know who you are. I talk to you on Zoom all the time. He doesn't really share too much. He doesn't share the real, which means he's never going to have that real connection with his following, where when they see you succeed, they actually support you, almost like an underdog situation. Number five, be flexible and adaptable. Huge. That's just in every business, you have to be flexible and adaptable. Otherwise, you will die. For example, I think they said only 50 Fortune 500 companies from the 70s still exist today because they weren't flexible and they were not adaptable. So don't be like them. Number 6 and 7 is keep emotions in check. And number 7, don't neglect your sphere. Huge. Do it through networking. Number 8, don't take shortcuts. Trust me on that. It's going to hurt. You're going to want the business. You're going to want that, short-term gratification. But I'm telling you, third year in the business, when all your clients want to work at a discount rate, or you're not selling any houses, you're working your ass off and you're making 20 grand a year, you're going to come back to this video and be like, oh my God, I wish somebody told me not to take shortcuts. And then number 9, don't overlearn. Don't overwhelm yourself with knowledge, one at a time. Okay, as you go, that's when you learn. Period. The end. And then number 10, take action. That's all. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.